Hello ladies and gentlemen, you have tuned into Endless Space, back with PANCZASU the mighty mix farmer who has just started up his timer, so we're good to go for another 40 minutes of all complete awesomeness. At least I hope this will be the case. I have done a little bit stuff off camera, aka constructed living habitats in systems that required it, and I just realized I forgot to do anything at Ein, but I will be giving the system away anyway, or will I? I most likely will, actually. Unless those ships are actually going into the general directions of the radon, in which case I will not. So, just in case I do end up keeping the system, I'll get rid of useless stuff that I don't really need. For example, this one, scrap. Yes, it costs a lot, I don't want it to cost this much. Rest of the stuff I'm most likely going to keep, except for the defense upgrades, because I don't care about the system having too much defense at all. The arrays also are not important, and the food stuff. Why would I care about food on such a small planet? Or rather system with just a single planet. It's just mind-bogglingly not important, so I'll not go for that. Other upgrades are probably also not worth it, but I'll keep them in just because I'm too lazy to scrap all of the right upgrades. Instead, I'll just scrap some of them. It seems about fine now, which is good. Also, I might as well try and start. This one does not give me anything on this system because it only works on stuff that are a little bit more celestial in nature. Things that are a little bit more celestial in nature, what I wanted to say. And I have a lot of extra fare. My hero has leveled up to level 2, which is nice. I do need myself director level 1. Yes, please. Very important for lower level administrators to get director for obvious reasons, because they specialize in having director. As simple as that, they get most special abilities out of this pack tree. Pack tree? Is that even a word? I have no idea, and to be quite frankly honest, I'm not sure if I even care. Which is probably my main problem, unfortunately. Oh well. Well, I can tell you though what is going to be the major problem for those three guys. They're gonna be dead! As simple as that. So I guess this kinda even things out, doesn't it? No, indeed it doesn't, but yet again, who cares, because I definitely am not the guy who does. So, I start off with a barrier, because there is really nothing else that seems to be working against rockets at all, and barrier, I have this thing that it might actually kinda just work a little bit, maybe. There is no proof of that at all whatsoever, but it makes me feel like it is actually a worthwhile thing to go for. I might be completely wrong, but I might not, so let's all hope for the best. I kinda am curious though, when on earth are you going to see this particular video? There are so many beautiful rockets, because, as you know, this is a video marathon. This is the 4th video I record today. So it will take me a little while to upload all this goodness. Fortunately, I am about to finish uploading my heroes video, so that's out of the way. I can just focus on uploading Endless Space, but still, with my internet connection, it will probably take like a week or so to upload so many videos, because I will probably end up with like 5 to 7 videos, more or less. Yes, I know I get the abundance again, because I just killed those guys. That's very nice indeed. Lost a lot of areas, but there is not much I can do about it. New sounds better than alpha, so I'll stick with new instead of alpha. Yudir said, do you need to travel anywhere? Actually, let's just make all of my ships travel where I sent them to. Okay, so does my main fleet require reinforcements? That is indeed a good question to ask, and I believe it will require a little bit of reinforcements. This fleet does not require reinforcements for obvious reasons, because it's full. I'm not sure why I stated the obvious reasons, but apparently they were not obvious enough for me. And a bunch of ships are just making the move towards the general direction of loss, which I'm fine with. Also, when I conquer Perseus, I should actually retrofit my ships. Did I do that already or not? I don't quite remember. Jinsen, yes I did! The most powerful areas ever here, which is making me very, very happy indeed. Now, how does my empire look like? I'm losing a lot of dust, but I can still keep at this crazy amount of tax rate for now. Things will drastically improve as soon as I get full control over those two systems. For now, however, it is now impossible. And for Ein, I'm kind of thinking if I shouldn't give it to Hishu anyway, because not only it costs a lot of dust, I mean, yes, after a while it will actually produce more dust than it takes to maintain, but then again, I'm not sure if the disapproval I get is worth it. I mean, if you look at it, oh, never mind, I'm still favorite in the entire Empire, so never mind, I'm gonna keep Ein. It does cost me a lot of dust, as I said 2 or 3 times already, but I believe it may or may not be worth it. If it isn't, then it's just too bad. My Empire is so big right now that I can afford to make a poor decision once in a while. So, some stuff has happened, a turn has passed, and I just wanted to take a sip of my juice and realized there is no juice to sip. Which is mildly annoying if you catch my drift, but unfortunately there isn't much else I can do about it rather than go out and buy some juice. Problem is, it's right now 2 AM, not 2 as if hours, it's 0 hours 2 AM, so I guess it's 24 AM? That was a really long thought, because I was trying to... yeah, sure, of course, right now. Don't worry about me, I'm just gonna accept it, no. Because I always get confused when using PM or AM in relevance to the midnight. Which is, I guess, the easiest way to say it, but still, how are you supposed to call midnight? Is it 24 AM or 24 PM? Is it 0 AM or 0 PM? How on earth do you deal with that? I have no idea. I have had people calling it different names in different languages, and I never agree with any of them, because I'm not sure if there is a right way to call it. Now, I'm trying to figure out which upgrade I want to go for. I mean, yes, I do want to win this by getting the scientific victory, and I'm actually kinda close to decreasing the cost of this. And I think this is high time I start to get for those amazing upgrades that will allow me to get the science victory much more quickly. However, what I should go for first, preferably something that gives me overall bonus to pretty much everything, so I would go for this one. However, I'm not going to start with high consumption society, because maximized exploitation is going to be more useful, allowing to giving me access to yet another hero, and then I can just go for a bunch of other upgrades. Academic cap on Emperor is completely useless in my honest opinion. Trader bonuses, trader cap is decent, but I'm not gonna go for it because I don't care. This one, however, is going to make my fleet just so much more powerful, which doesn't matter because I win against everybody. I just keep losing ships, which is a problem that I can deal with, fortunately. Now, one more thing I forgot to do off camera is to install this special upgrade I just got. Oh, that's because I didn't have it when I started recording. So I guess I will pause the recording in some near future and get this Anomalies Institute on pretty much every single one of my systems, because it is kind of important to have. Let me just tell you that, especially if I'm going for the science victory. So I'll pause the recording right here and I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned and made sure that most of my systems have this new upgrade under production, and I just noticed something really incredible. Look at ESA. Do you see this number? That's 41 population max, which I believe translates to 41 billion or something along those lines. Quite a lot! Do you want to see what that means in terms of raw production, and raw science production? Industry production and science production, that's what I wanted to say. Have a look! This is the system we are talking about. 405 industry, that's the second highest industry production I have in my entire controlled universe. Quite a lot. Food nobody cares about. Positive dust production, which is the only system that is actually one of the few systems with positive dust production, mostly because I created Anomalies Institute in pretty much everywhere, but still it has positive dust production, and it's not even on ecstatic approval level, and 1023 science production. How? I mean, yes, I know how. This my home system, Fesia, only has 23 population max, and I cannot go beyond that. I mean, I am creating living habitats over there, so I'll have one more population max, but still, 1023 industry production per 10 is a lot. In case you don't know how much exactly this really is, well, there is no real way for me to say it, but just accept that it is a lot, and lot of stuff. Okay, so Sigma, I am going to need to dispatch some of those areas, namely 2 of them, hopefully the higher level ones. Thank you very much. In the general direction of PANCZASU, and I want to make sure that they travel through my controlled aerospace rather than through the enemies. And in the meantime, I'm also going to make sure that... Does this fleet have a Morinth? Yes, it does. It has better ships than the new fleet, so I guess I'll just get 2 Areas 15 out of this fleet, measured with Sigma, and reassign my hero to the proper... Oh, I cannot reassign him just yet, but I will in the future, don't you worry about that. So you guys just stay right here, because I don't believe I am ready to take Dorado with my secondary hero. He's not quite good enough for that. He will just guard S-side. He will do this willingly and happily. At least I hope this is going to be the case. I'm also going to move some of my fleets to in the general direction of the low system. That said, it doesn't look like I need to send any more ships to the front lines right now, because they are pretty much secure. United Empire is falling. We can see them fall right before our very own eyes, and in the next few turns they will be completely and utterly gone, which will make me so incredibly happy that I'm going to take a sip of water right now. By the way, do you know what kind of... how do you call it? There is a really fancy word in English that I want to use right now. I don't know, I forgot the word, but let's just say that I feel a little bit like a martyr, because right now, I mean, maybe they have ended already, but still, just before that, the time of this recording, and definitely at the time of recording my previous 2 videocasts, there was IPL, which is IPL 5, and those were, I'm not sure if it's the IGN's Pro League. And it also involves StarCraft 2 with Total Biscuits commentary, which is awesome. And for you guys, I decided to only watch like 3 or 4 games out of that and focus on making the... Hi there, my special collector's edition hero. I do like you a lot. Thank you very much. He's gonna be a useful one. Yes, he is. I'm gonna hire him right away in a relatively close future. But since I'm rushing through those upgrades, I think I'll make sure that I am already preparing to get even more upgrades. So I'm gonna get this. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to click. I'm gonna get this. Then I'm gonna get complex regulated systems, dark energy effects, and suitable super cities. And this one has a really cute snail. Is that a snail, or is that... That is not a snail, is it? Snails don't have legs, at least they usually don't, I think. So it might be a turtle, though it's the most adorable turtle I have ever seen. It's a very good upgrade to Not Binary Shell, but I will not even bother with installing it. After we are done with that, I might go for this upgrade, maybe something else. I don't think I really need to improve my military forces at this point. We are pretty much wreaking havoc, and my production is also making sure that I should be able to advance through those current military status way quicker than I am. But oh well, I can deal with that. So that's done, and you did say you need to get Civil Engineer. I don't think it is so great on this system you are at. Minister of Propaganda, though, might be relatively useful for now. In the future, I'll definitely not get Minister of Propaganda 2, because I'll not need it for my level of taxes, which are almost non-existent. However, I do need to increase them, because otherwise I'll go bankrupt next turn. I do not want this to happen. Actually, I cannot... literally cannot let this happen, because I wouldn't be able to advance to the next turn. I would have to get rid of some kind of money-losing business that didn't make a lot of sense now, did it? Anyway, let's just attack. Oh, this poor guy. I'll normally probably even auto-battle him, but we haven't seen a battle yet in this particular videocast, have we? Maybe we haven't, I just forgot about it. But anyway, I still wanna see some beautiful explorers. Yes, we have seen a fight in this videocast. Good, my brain is not quite so dead. So, let us create an illusion, because this ship has a lot of missiles and I do not want to die to missiles. I'll probably loot enough dust to make it worthwhile, and even if I come out negative in dust net value, I'll still deal with it as long as I do not lose any ships, which is the most important thing for me. And oh, are my rockets red now? Yeah, they are. Why are the top tier of upgrades red? I seriously do not get it. Who thinks that this is a cool color? I mean, don't get it. Don't get me wrong, this rainbow of rockets looks kinda nice, but Whew, for a second I thought something got destroyed, but those were just illusions. But as I was saying, this rainbow looked really nice, but red isn't really a color that I want to see for every single one of the top tier upgrades. Why cannot they be mixed? Why cannot it be one thing be red, the other be blue, and the other be pink, for example, right? Looking at beams right there with the pink color. Unfortunately, apparently, developers think that the red color looks most manly, and because of that, they should just stick to it. A bad decision, in my opinion. We should have some diversity in color, because color diversity is always so very awesome in video games, isn't it? Yeah, I believe it is. So, I will capture Perseus next turn. I do need to make sure that I do not lose Ranas, not even for a split second. I do not even want it to be under... I still cannot understand this guy, oh well. I do not even want it to be under blockade, that's the proper word. So, what I'm going to do is most likely move one of my fleets over there to intercept the enemy fleet while assigning my secondary hero to try and fight Dorado. Because, well, Dorado, actually it sounds kinda cool, doesn't it? Yes, it has this exotic vibe. That sounded moderately creepy, but not quite enough to make you not watch this videocast. Because let's face it, if you made it up to this point, you're not gonna turn this videocast off because of what I say. There's almost no way of this happening. You probably already hate me so much that you're a masochist, and that is the very reason why you actually watch those videocasts. Actually, Tao sounds amazing, so I'm gonna keep Tao for my name. So match those two together, match those two together, match even more fleets together. And this should be a Morph? No. This should be a Morph? No. No Morphs? That's a first. Okay, this should be... Okay, those are two Morphs. And some Morphs. More than 8, more than 9, more than... Those were Morph 10s, so I care about those more than others. And we are almost maxed out, which is actually kinda nice and decent. I do like when that happens. So I do not want to declare war on Kravis, and wow, they are being very busy, let me tell you. Fortunately, Pilgrims are also making sure that the MMBs have something to fear. Then again, we still have the strongest fleet, in my opinion, as aside from my dear allies, Hisho, who have an enormous... This might be the most amazing picture I have ever seen in Endless Space. Is this... Are all of those fleets filled with 20 by 20 command points? Yeah, most of them are. Some of them only have 18 command points in use, but... Do you see this? I think it could actually wipe out my entire fleet if I were to fight against it. Okay, maybe not. It would wipe out 2, 3 of my fleets, but overall I would be able to come out okay. Maybe I will actually lose 4, 5 or 6, but still my production would be allow me to stay alive. But still, this much firepower! It's incredible, mind-boggling, and scary. How could the Amoeba have this much? I'm really kind of terrified. And 70%! No! Oh, 70% already. 70%! Drastic measures. Holy cake, that is not good enough. My armies are not good enough. Whatever, I cannot wait. I have to deal some damage or else I am dead. Intergalactic travel. Go to any system you can get. Go somewhere. I don't care where you go as long as you decrease the dust production, blockade resistance, do all sorts of crazy stuff. But do, by all means, make sure that the amoebas have at least a little bit less dust production, because if I don't stop them, they're gonna win. I am the best in terms of science production, so that's kind of nice, but that will not be enough. I don't think I have more science production than the enemies have dust production, even with my newly acquired systems. What to do? Let's see if my allies can trade me one of the technologies that allows me to get the cool upgrade faster. How is it called? I forgot. Let's have a quick look what we need. We need either high quantum stability, extreme consumption, or... So, sustainable super cities. Okay, let's have a quick look if any of them have it. Most likely, Sobers are the most likely candidate in my opinion. So let's have a quick look. What kind of research they have that I do not. No. Those are all nice oh wait, those are mine upgrades. Never mind. They have way more stuff. Most of that I do not need, but Seamless Construction has got a nice... well, not all of it. Some of the stuff are pretty neat. I don't even know what this thing is. Whatever. But high consumption society, is that? Yeah, that's it. That's what I need. How much dust do you need? Do you want for that? I don't have a lot of dust at all. Nothing that actually will cover that. So, directed AI computing. Oh yes, they love it actually. So how about you give me some dust, or rather technology, so that I can trade it to somebody else? Long-term xenophans, no. No, that is a horrible one. Stable isotope manipulation. No, maybe mass particle displacement. That's actually kind of nice. And some dust on top of that. Yeah, that's about it. About right. Okay, so now I should have access to one of the technologies I need in order to... Do I? No, I got something else, didn't I? I got consumption-oriented society or something like that? Direct AI computing? No. What did I get? Seriously, what did I get? I'm kinda interested to know. I was sure I was getting this thingy, but it's... Apparently I did not. Huh. Oh, is that what I got? Yeah, that is what I got. It still didn't show up as the kind of tech I have, but for a second I was really happy. Anyway, let's see. Maybe he should have this technology. They also have... Well, actually they are space cadets. They're most likely way behind in tech. So let's have a quick look-see at this. Positive... no... 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 High consumption society, yet again. Did I not just get it? Maybe I was thinking about getting it, didn't get it or something, I don't even know. Nope, nothing of that is what I need, and Pilgrims, you are my last hope. I mean, I could ask Horatio, but they will ask for a lot of money. Persistent bodies, no. Seamless, high consumption, hypermagnetics, yada yada, no. And Horatio, they haven't been attacked by anybody, so maybe they have the technology I need. It doesn't look like it though, for the first glance. No, nobody does. Actually, are they close to having diplomatic victory? No, I'm probably the closest because I'm the only one displayed. I mean, I always end up displayed, but nobody else is, which is kinda cool. Then again, as I said, I fear amoebas, I fear them a lot. Yeah. Oh, did I misclick or something? Still, it doesn't matter because that's not what I wanted to get at all anyway, so yeah. Okay then, is there anything else I need to do in this particular turn? I don't believe there is, so how about we advance to the next one, see how much Ferris amoebas are able to advance in terms of their dust production. Let's hope that not a lot. Yes, finally some green alongside blue and pink. That's what I like to see. Oh yes. Also, there is a lot of green. One of those systems that just got my sphere of influence up and ready must have some really neat algorithms to get this as large as humanly possible. Just saying, just saying. So anyway, deal proposed by Horatio. I give them hexaferrum and they give me adamantium. Do I care about it or not? I give them hexaferrum. I have enough of it, but yes, it would give me adamantium abundance, and it wouldn't take hexaferrum abundance from me. So it's all good and dandy. Nothing to care about in this thingy, and my hero has leveled up, finally. I will have more trade routes, I do need them, they provide me with a lot of free dust and gold that I so desperately need. Okay, my people are not ecstatic or fervent or whatever, which is not good. 71%, they are advancing a little bit slower than I feared, but it's still not good enough because they are advancing forward, which is not good no matter how you look at it. Okay, Perseus, what do you have? What can you have? Finance commissions all the way across the sky? No! At this point I desperately need to have as much science as humanly possible. So I will make a full switch from dust to science. It might hurt my economy a lot, but I believe I might just be able to make it happen with my main hero's special ability. Also, why cannot I have that? Don't really know, but it will probably unlock it the next turn or so, so that's not a really big issue. I should oh, that's because the system is under blockade, that's why I couldn't install this special upgrade, because I didn't have access to the resources required to install it. At least that's my theory. So let's have a quick battle in which yet again I use illusion, and I definitely will come out on top. I have 300 dust, well now I have less, but I am gonna have more in the near future. So let me just wait for a little bit more and see how it goes. Okay, and see how fast those guys can die. And actually this is our very odd design, unless it's 30 rather than 22. I'm not sure about that, but those guys are dying very fast, and this camera angle asks to be punished. It really does ask for a punishment. That said, it looks like I was able to win this fight easy, which was to be expected, but I'm just kinda curious. Do I have those crappy rockets? Wow, why? Do I have area something? I have area 10? I thought it's area 16, apparently it is not. But anyway, I did lose an area 16, which was high level area on top of that, which I do not like. But there is also a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. I also cannot attack this fleet, as annoying as it sounds, but oh well. Also, it looks like I'm sorry, my friend Skishu will be able to protect Ranas, which is nice. But still, I'm gonna send a rudimentary fleet right in there just in case, as people tend to say. And let's assign you, dear sir, and have a run to Dorado. Start doing some damage, and actually they are attacking first. So let me minimize that, I'll come back to it right away. But first of all, let's match Omnicron with Nu and send them to Ranas. In the meantime, let me manu this thing up and actually engage. This might be a little bit scary. The enemy is almost at the same level as I am, which means he's very well trained at this point in time. He's got a lot of firepower behind his back, 3 dreadnoughts and a couple of... and a destroyer and just a corvette. That's not a lot, but 3 dreadnoughts with addition of a specialized hero might be quite a bit to deal with. And they all have bajillion missiles, of course. Go for barrier, I do not hope for much. Actually, I'll go for short circuit. It might be work just a tiny little bit better. It actually did work, and they increased their kinetics, which makes no sense because they have no kinetics installed on the ships, which is really random. Anyway, this is actually kind of nice and decent camera angle. I would like... and control. Okay, control was actually bad, and... am I recording? Yes, I am. And I did lose 2 areas, only 2 however, which is not all that bad, considering the amount of force I was up against. So all in all, it was definitely a victory. Yeah, I can clearly see that it says victory. And, excuse me there, that was kind of weird. But I do believe it did not come at a big cost at all. 2 areas for the cost of 3 dreadnoughts and some minor ships. That's good enough of a trade for me, dear sir. I do not, however, want to engage just yet. Actually, you know what? Why not? Let us make sure that the enemy numbers continue to fall as quickly as possible. As you can see, the enemy has almost no fleets left to protect him, so after a limited amount of resistance, I will be able to completely crash him and deal with United Empire once and for all, which makes me a happy face panda. Yeah, there we go, my fleet warps in, filled with bloodlust after losing the 2 brethren in the previous victory battle, which also is called the Bloodbath on whatever the system is called, because nobody actually cares about it. We both countered each other because, yeah, why not? I'm a weak point against Barry. I guess it kind of makes sense to counter each other with those packs, and I was able to completely annihilate the enemy as usual. However, they do have the nasty fire and forget missiles, so I might take some damage, not sure how much. Not enough to take any of my areas. That is very nice. I didn't notice that they did target the Morinth, but this is Morinth 10. Very difficult to punch through their missile defense indeed. So that kind of makes me very happy and proud of the Morinth. You did say have a lot of ability points to spend, so do by all means go for it. Team Spirit 1 is kinda nice. I don't think I need the Dust Warheads. Hyperdriven, not so useful, even though I have been reassigning this hero a lot. That's not too useful anyway. Emergency Shelter definitely not, but I could go for Dust Feeder because it should allow me to get... yeah, there we go, Fearless Fall, very useful ability, especially when fighting... I mean, only when fighting enemy heroes, but then it is just amazing. Unless the enemy hero has the exact same ability, in which case they kinda do counter each other now, don't they? You say make sure nobody comes out of the system, so this fleet is gonna die a painful and slow death, I hope. And is there anything else I should take care of immediately? I don't believe there is. I am making quite a bit of money, so I might as well make sure that my approval is fervent. It will cost me a huge amount of dust. However, I believe it is worth it to just make sure that my science production is increased by over 4,000. That is a lot. So that is also a reason why I'm gonna go for it. Do you have research queued up? Yes, indeed I have, which is all matters of nice. So let me just go ahead and progress with the 10 and take another sip of water. So far I believe it has been quite a productive episode, just making sure that I'm also closer to winning this game. It might however be a close one, because let's have a quick look at the score. 72%, yeah, I do need to make sure that the enemies are stopped, like right now. If I could, you know what, actually, I'm gonna try and get Horatio on our side as well. If I can get them to fight amoebas as well, there's no way they can resist this kind of firepower. I mean, they have such a ginormous army, they will be able to withstand this incredible army for quite a while probably, but they will keep losing their dust over and over again on the production and stuff like that. They'll also start losing their systems, and in the end I believe I will actually be able to stop them from achieving their victory. Okay, that sounded weird. Their victory goal, which is also close right now. I'm very, very scared indeed, because once you reach this magical point of 70%, you can actually reach the economic victory very, very quickly, because at this point in time, you already have a giant amount of dust production, and I have no idea why it game lagged right there. It actually lagged twice, 3 times now, 4 times. That's kind of weird, but maybe it's because my upload is finishing and YouTube is kind of messing with my Flash player, or my Java, or my anything like that, and that might be the reason why, excuse me, the game is kind of finicky right now. Then again, I think it should be more or less enough. Good enough. Or something. Okay, you do say, go ahead and attack. The enemy has a hero, which is nice, because I do have a Fearless Foe upgrade, which is going to make me just so much more effective in this battle. Which also means that I will have a feast on their bodies, and I'll bath in their blood, and I'll scavenge their wreckage for dust, which sounds much less romantic than the previous statements that I made, but it's still kinda awesome nevertheless. And if you're not into this kind of evilism, that's my movement, evilism by the way, then I guess that's too bad for you. Excuse me for a second. Okay, there we go, I needed to scratch my nose. And red rockets, that would be so much more fabulous if they were pink. Unfortunately they are not, and this is a really weird angle. But let's keep with it, because how often do you see space battles for this angle? Not often at all, because usually people who direct the space battles are much better in terms of showing you nice visuals. Unfortunately I did lose area right there. Yet another painful loss. Fortunately, I am gonna take my revenge. I am getting my revenge over and over again, actually, which is very, very nice indeed. And my hero did level up, which is nice. Fearless. No! No! Misclick! Oh well. I mean, Defender 3 is nice, don't get it wrong, but Fearless 4 is what I need right now. And I didn't get it. Oh well. I do have the tempo of the first principle. More defense, I absolutely do not care about it, not one bit. And I get close to extreme consumption, which is very, very important for me right now indeed. Also have a new hero. I just forgot to check him out. But I'll do that in the future. You just make me even more food, because I will need that in the future. And one more thing, yeah, the hero I just got. Oh yeah, the Endless Hero. Yes, please, hire him right away and assign him to run us. It is going to be a very, very nice system to have a hero in. And this guy is going to boost its... what do you call it? It's science production by quite a lot, let me tell you that. Okay, Yulir says, I believe there is no need to support Dorado just yet, so I am going to retrofit this fleet instead, after, of course, making sure that it is up to its full potential. So I'm gonna... How many ships are there? Only 6 command points. So I believe I can easily send a bunch of Area 10s. So Area 10, Area 13 and 13... Is that enough? I don't quite remember the number of areas I lost. Actually, right now I can have even more areas in my army, so I can send 3 more, which is kinda amazing and ridiculous, but mostly amazing. So Area 12, Area 13, and yet another Area 13. I should still be able to easily take out this fleet that is about to attack me. And in my Ginseng fleet is also powerful, and now I can also retrofit it because it's at its perfect position to be retrofit, and I have nowhere near enough money to actually do this. I can do my best though, so let's retrofit some of those Area 10s. Maybe, I don't know what. Actually, let's focus on retrofitting the weakest areas, which sounds like a decent idea. And that's all I was able to retrofit, unfortunately, nothing more. But I guess it is good enough. It should be. I hope it will be. Now, I have more fleets being prepared to launch an assault somewhere. So Tau is gonna med. Actually, they cannot even med with Feta, which is Feta. Gotta love that Feta. But apparently, actually, I have too much by 2 areas, so I'll get rid of 2 of them. You 2 are gone, thank you very much. And where are you? There you are. So let's merge those 2 together and send them in the general direction of Citadel. Make sure they're guarding this system and whatnots. I will send them to Amoebas relatively soon, but not quite yet. I still do not feel ready enough to actually do this. My supply chain of ships has also stopped a little bit because of the upgrade I was forced to get in order to be able to rush the scientific victory, because you all know I need to get it ASAP. And now, the big question, am I actually able to get Horatio on my side? They do love me, so it is possible. Invite to Alliance. Actually, they should love me for that, so maybe they can give me some kind of nice research for that. Persistent bodies for air labor. Air labor is really nice, but I don't think it is all that important. This, however, I need to get anyway, so okay, so I'm gonna give them something in return. In that house, no. Tetric storage, maybe, but no that, and definitely not that. Like energy beam and dark reflectors, maybe, but I think I'll go for quantum robotics. And now they also need to give me some more dust. Yes, please, I do want this dust. Actually, I want some more. And even more. And even more! Yes. Dust. Actually, with this much dust, I could retrofit everything I could possibly want. So, yes. And they accepted! Look at the poor Amoebas. Oh, wow. That's sad. Oh, they ended their war with Cravers. That is a little bit unsettling, unfortunately. But I believe my incredible powerhouse can handle that with relative ease. Now, can it not? I believe it can. So how about we retrofit this entire... Okay, let's retrofit it one by one like good children we are, because apparently there is no way we can do it otherwise. So I just click at each ship individually and make sure it is area 16 rather than 15 or 13 or whatnot. I do have way more than enough dust to do that. I could have waited for another upgrade to the ships, but then I would have to get this upgrade, and I do not want this to actually happen. Also, another fleet that is very, very powerful is the Tower Fleet, so I will spend the rest of my resources on reinforcing the Tower Fleet. Where are you? There you are. They have enough. I barely have enough, and there we go! Fully retrofitted to its best. A lot of Area 16, high-level Morinth. They have a Morinth here. Yes, I do. Morinth 11, that is good enough, and this is all sorts of crazy right now. Oh yes, I do love the situation we are at. Do you want to fight? Yes, I do want to fight. I want to make sure that I win as quickly as possible, and we are also reaching the time when I'm supposed to split the video up. Also, I just had this thought, a little bit scary thought to be quite honest, that I might run out of hard drive space before I finish the series, which would be horrible, because then I wouldn't be actually able to play Endless Space with Glacier, which is something I really want to do. So I need to speed this up, but I already am rushing this as much as I possibly can. I mean, I could go for auto battles, but that's just less fabulousness, right? So I do not want this to happen. Now I am going to lose an area 2, or actually 3 areas in this encounter. Unfortunately, there's no way to avoid it with 3 dreadnoughts, but there isn't also much else I could do about it either. So the enemy got completely obliterated without my rockets even reaching them. However, the enemy rockets are also going to do quite a lot of damage to my areas, which is a-okay actually, because this is the last stand for the enemy and I still have a lot of ships to throw at them. So we are all good in the neighborhood, as Jesse Cox would say. Now, can you please exit the screen? We have already won the battle, thank you very much. My hero leveled up yet again. Fearless Foe, please, thank you very much. It's gonna be very useful indeed. And you cannot move because I did just retrofit you, which is kinda logical, I would assume. Anything else I should take care of? Not really. How am I doing in terms of money? I'm losing a bajillion dust per 10, but it is actually kinda okay for me just now. Also, yeah, I need that, thank you very much. And then I need some dust actually, because apparently the system is using not a lot of dust, it is only using 6 of it, but it's still using a little bit too much for me to feel comfortable. And keep my, what do you call it? My tax rate at its lowest. So anyway, let's end the turn again, and actually I'm reaching the point when I will need to split the video up. So, let's say my outro, this PANCZASU the Mighty Mix Spammer. If you somehow managed to enjoy this videocast, then please like it, maybe even subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Please leave a comment, I love reading them, I appreciate you leaving them because they also support my videos, making them more popular as it seems. And last but by no means least, thank you for watching.